go deeper into your own culture, go deeper into your own context. What are some of the questions, challenges that are in your context? How do you follow them up with the question, with Christianity, with your theology? My name is Kaunda. I'm assistant professor in Global Institute of Theology within United Graduate College at Yonsei. I had, when I was in South Africa, basically, which is my intellectual home, as I put it, I was looking for something much more, looking for new spaces where I can be challenged in terms of my ideas and what I think. So when there was an opportunity to come over here, I looked at a university. You know, every scholar wants to look at the university and see whether it's a good university to be part of and what is going on there. And I realized that Yonsei, being one of the leading universities in the world in terms of theology, also, and other scholarship, of course, but even in terms of the faculty and things that are going there. So I thought this could be the best place for me to go and test my ideas and the new waters. So, and then Global Institute itself, which is the Global Institute of Theology, has a good program and a good space for me to think about these ideas a little bit more. So I decided that I should come and be part of something that is moving forward at this stage. So this was a perfect place for me, I think, to be at this time. When I came, I had already started kind of sweating myself in terms of research. Much of my research from the past, which I'm still following up, trying to clear some of the stuff, has focused on African Christianity as it interacts with issues of gender, especially politics, environment, the challenge that we are having. So I look at the question, how does Christianity engage with these issues, and how can we rethink certain elements of Christianity as we are searching for the world that is seeking for peace and justice. As you know, African context is troubled by issues of poverty especially, and issues of inequalities that we experience. So I've been trying to follow up those questions and engage them a little bit more hard, and to see to the extent sometimes that Christianity has functioned as a tool of oppression, that probably you know about South Africa and the things that were happening. So rethinking the whole system of Christian religion and within the particular context of Africa has been quite a very important question. Well, because it's within GIT, part of what we have envisioned to do is to develop world Christian scholarship in it. So part of what I've been teaching, almost all the courses that I'm doing, they fall under world Christianity. It's a broader framing of what we are doing. So I teach global theologies in terms of focusing on Christologies, focusing on specifically, to be specific, Jesus Christ as it manifests in different contexts in the global south. Issues of sexuality is focusing on Africa much more specifically, what is happening, what's going on, those kind of questions that I'm looking at. Also issues of interfaith, interreligious engagement. You know, our world is really looking for peace, as everybody is saying, there's a need of peace. So I look at all these questions and as part of what I've been teaching in the classes.
Actually, Professor Kaunda is one of the most brilliant theologians I've ever met, and he's an expert of world Christianity, especially African and Asian theologies. So in his class, he always challenges our theology, but without changing our faith, without shaking our faith.
He emphasizes on two things, on truth and freedom, sticking to your ideals and convictions, but being open to other people, being open to other discussions and other ideas of other people. So the fact that he's marrying the two, a conservative theology, and then he's marrying it with a liberal kind of a theology, is the best thing for any student in today's world.
Go deeper into your own culture. Go deeper into your own context. What are some of the questions, challenges that are in your context? How do you follow them up with the question, with Christianity, with your theology? How do you reformulate them so that you can answer them? How do you respond to them? So World Christianity is actually calling all of us to reimagine Christianity itself as something that is now an indigenous religion all over the world, not just in one space, something that can change the world. So how do we make Christianity become much more of a just issue rather than just being in our own corners in the church, but in terms of focusing on justice, focusing on the challenges that people are facing. So I think that will make the whole theological endeavor much important for the young students.
You come to Yonsei and you don't remain the same. You meet cultures of almost every part of the world. There are Africans here, there are Asians here, there are people from Europe here. So interacting with them, you begin to learn new ideas. You begin to appreciate things and look at things differently from various angles. And so as a preacher, I have learned to preach holistic sermons, not just based on one aspect of life, but making it holistic such that you impact a human person in the heart, in the hand, and in the head. By heart, I mean you impact spiritual values. By head, you impact knowledge. And by hand, you give them skills that they can continue to impact the world and make the world a better place.
But beyond now the borders of Korea itself, I think GIT, even Yonsei University, has a responsibility and a role to play in the world. I think a good university today is the one that is engaging real issues that people are facing. As we have already said, issues of ecology are one of the key issues that is affecting the world. It normally destroys the poor when you look at it. Issues of gender justice, I think for me those are some of the passionate questions in terms of the challenges that women are facing out there in the world. There's so much inequalities, and education actually should lead us to become more a just society, more a society that can promote equality. If it's happening in the wider society, it's us, we should become a voice that should speak life into this. Especially being Christian, in fact, makes us to have such a huge responsibility.